28th, 2025 meeting of the City of Sugar Land Planning and Zoning Commission. We will start with item 3, public comment. Do we have anyone for public comment?
No, Chair, we do not.
Thank you. 4A, consideration of and action of the minutes of the August 12th meeting. You've had those in your packets. Any discussion on the minutes? I'll move to approve. Second. Got a second by Commissioner Brown. Please vote.
Did you guys get anything?
Hand vote, please. That passes 5-0. Thank you very much, Commissioners. Item 5A, consideration of an action on the Rye Hill Section 6 preliminary plat. Hi, Jessica.
Hello, good evening, Commissioners. All right, we just got one plat on the agenda tonight. So this is for Rye Hill Section 6. It's a preliminary plat, so just as a reminder, the purpose of the preliminary plat is just to lay out lots and streets and ensure that they conform to all the minimum lot sizes and that right-of-way widths can be met. Reserves and access are shown on preliminary plats where applicable, but things like master notes, signature blocks, and proposed easements are not shown on preliminary plats. Those are when you will see them on final plats. And preliminary plats are not recorded at the county. They just receive approval, and then the applicant moves on to the final plats. Because this section includes residential lots, there's a box exhibit provided as well. The purpose of the box exhibit is to demonstrate that the proposed lots meet the required minimum lot width at the front build line. Those boxes do not represent building pads and instead represent that the minimum lot width is being met at the front build line. Just a quick overview of the Rye Hill development. It is an approximately 960-acre master plan mixed-use community in the city's ETJ, south of the Brazos. It's going to include a mix of single-family residential lots and Del Webb residential lots, which are restricted to that 55 and up. The development agreement outlines those minimum lot widths for both the single-family and the Del Webb residential. The development will also include approximately 60 acres of flex commercial uses north of FM 2759. Just as a visual of the plots that you all have reviewed, so on tonight's agenda, we have Rye Hill Section 6. It's going to be this green one over here. All those shown in blue are going to be sections that you all reviewed and approved. Those shown in red are going to be final plots that have been recorded. And then the orange one over here, this is a new category we've added. So this section has been approved. It's just waiting for signatures and then it will be recorded. So it's not recorded yet, but you all reviewed and approved the final plat at a previous meeting. Overview of this section, again, it's Rye Hill Section 6. It includes 40.055 acres of single-family residential. It includes 117 lots, 5 reserves, and 2 blocks. The lots range in width from 40 to 50 feet in width, and then those corner lots are an additional 10 feet wide. This section is located south of FM 2759 and east of FM 762, where all the other residential is located in this development, and access to this section is provided to Rye Hill Parkway through sections 5 and 4. So here you can see on the Rye Hill General Plan, which is an exhibit of the development agreement, where this section is located. So you'll see that it's going to have reserves within it that include a detention pond, a drill site, and a water treatment facility. Here is the proposed preliminary plat. Another thing that you'll note is that there is a 30-foot drill site access easement that provides to the drill site over here. The applicant has finished recording their abandonment document, so at the time of final plat, there will be a note now that shows that the abandonment document releases all portions of these drill site access easements that are within public right-of-way. So as you see it going through here, it doesn't exist once this plat is recorded. So just being aware of that. Here is the proposed box exhibit. You'll notice that only boxes are provided for those lots that are on curved right-of-way or non-perpendicular lots. And they're showing that the minimum lot width is being met. And just as a reminder, since 2019, the Planning and Zoning Commission has the ability to approve with conditions, or disapprove with explanation preliminary and final plats. But when approving with conditions and disapproving with an explanation, code sections must be cited. There should have been the guide provided in your agenda packet should you have any conditions. But with that, staff is recommending approval of the proposed Rye Hill Section 6 preliminary plat, and staff and the applicant are able to answer any questions.
Thank you. Questions for staff?
Good evening. Mary, go ahead.
Mary, if you've got some, go ahead.
Yeah, I just have a question for clarity. When you're talking about the lots are like 40, 50, 60, you're really saying it can be anything between the 40 and 60, or should all the lots be on the even number as the front part of the lot?
They can be slightly above it. They just have to meet the minimum.
Okay. Because there's a number of lots that are like 41,
Slightly over,
42.
yeah. And that's also because on the preliminary plat, they're rounding up. They're not required until the final plat to go to the 100th decimal. So some of them are just slightly over 40, but rounded up, or 41. But they're not required to be exactly 40. They just have to meet the minimum required.
So it can be, as long as it's 40, it can be anything. Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
Go, Chuck.
Thank you very much. Some learning questions for me. The easement that's on the westerly property line of this, when that goes away, what happens to that area in that easement?
Which one? Just for clarity, which one?
Oh, this is on the preliminary plat.
No, I know, but there's
B.
more than one easement.
It's the one, B.
Within Reserve B, the pipeline
Yep,
easement.
Restricted Reserve B. What happens to that area?
So that easement will remain. The only easement that's being abandoned is that
Is
drill
the
site
drill
access
site.
easement. So you'll see it running through Sand Lily Trail. So that's the drill site access
So
easement.
that'll become green space because it's behind those lots. It'll become green space?
So that 30-foot pipeline easement, yeah, that reserve is restricted only to landscaping.
Okay. On Reserve E and Reserve D. Reserve D is restricted for water treatment. Reserve E is that drill site you referred to. If that goes away, does that reserve morph into one, or do you still end up with two?
They're
reserve?
two. When it comes in for final plat, when it's recorded, both of those are restricted reserves. So in that reserve table, it says what
So
uses
even
they're
though it's
restricted.
been abandoned, it will still be its own reserve?
So for clarification, the only thing that's being abandoned is going to be that 30-foot drill site access
Okay.
easement that you see running through the right-of-way. That's the only thing that's being abandoned.
Okay. One last question, and I've looked and looked and looked and looked. Point of beginning? Where did I miss that on the preliminary plat? Thank you very much.
George Delarosa of Pape Dawson. The meets and bounds had not been written yet, so the point of beginning
There's no
hasn't been
POB
set.
on this
There will be a
preliminary,
POB at the final plat submittal.
Okay, thank you very much.
You got it.
Thank you, Chairman.
Further questions? Farina, Sapana, questions? All right, let's see. So, no conditions, so I will make a motion recommending approval of the Rye Hill Section 6 preliminary plat.
Second.
I've got a second from Commissioner Dawood. You want us to hand vote, or, all right, hand vote, please. Passes 5-0. Thank you, everyone. Moving on to item 6A, Planning and Zoning Commission Liaison Report. I had the August 19th meeting. My recollection is there wasn't anything pertinent to P&Z. There were several contracts that were discussed. There was a record vote on taxes. There was public comment on those agenda items, but nothing that I recall for P&Z. 6B, City Staff Report.
Good evening, Planning and Zoning Commission.
Good evening.
The Texas APA chapter conference that's coming up in October, we finally have the mobile workshops that have been added, so we will be sending you some information if you want to sign up for those mobile workshops. Your next meeting is going to be on September 9th. It's going to be September already, and we will have 2 workshops for you. One is going to be a small amendment that we're proposing for the development code, and then also there's going to be some amendments to the Lake Point Redevelopment District brought to you by the Department of Redevelopment. And also just want to wish you have a happy and safe Labor Day holiday.
Thank you. And I will go on record, I will not be at the September 9th meeting. I'll be out of town for work, so plan
you, sir.
accordingly. Okay, any other business? All right, then I will happily move to adjourn. Someone will second that. I'm going to give that to Commissioner Smith. That's a second. And that motion passes. We are adjourned. Good night. Thanks, everyone.
That thing was loud.